After the femtosecond laser cut, the lenticule needs to be separated from the adjacent corneal tissue. The anterior surface of the lenticule needs to be separated from the cap, which is the anterior portion of the cornea that is left in place. The posterior surface of the lenticule needs to be separated from the posterior cornea. And of course, the edge of the lenticule needs to be made completely free. Now you want to do the anterior dissection first. So you want to separate the lenticule from the cap before you dissect the lenticule from the back of the cornea. If you reverse this sequence, you will make your life difficult. It is possible to dissect the posterior surface of the lenticule before doing the anterior dissection, but it's much harder to do because then you will have to do the second dissection working against the cap, which will give much less counter pressure. So dissect anteriorly first.
Hold the eye at the limbus with the forceps to stabilize the cornea while doing the dissection. Enter the incision at the location of the anterior pocket and point the tip of the separator slightly upward. Carefully dissect the anterior plane. Use the side of the spatula as much as possible to separate the tissue. Let the movements of the spatula depend on the resistance you feel. With little resistance, bigger movements can be made. When feeling a lot of resistance, you need to make smaller, careful movements. After this dissection, the spatula needs to be entered in the posterior pocket, bringing the spatula under the lenticule. Dissect the central part of the posterior surface first. Again, let the movement of the spatula depend on the resistance you feel. When dissecting the edge of the lenticule, leave a small triangle at one side undissected, which will keep the lenticule in place when dissecting the other side. This small triangle that you have left will act as an anchor point. It will prevent the lenticule from sliding. After the dissection on the other side, which is the left hand side in this case, all you need to do is go under the small triangle and the lenticule is completely free.